So, hello, beautiful tribe, and welcome to this webinar on awakening the divine feminine. I would be very grateful to those of you listening live if you could let me know that you can hear and see and that the technology is working correctly. For those of you that haven't met me, my name is Karila, and I am from the Starlight Temple, and the Starlight Temple runs lots of courses and events and ceremonies that are about working with the deep feminine and calling the wisdom of the deep feminine, the magic of the deep feminine, the power of the deep feminine back into ourselves and back into our bodies. And I'm so pleased that the sound and technology is working well. And something that Starlight runs every single year is a course called the Call of the Magdalene. And this course runs over Mary Magdalene's feast day, which is the 22nd of July. And I've run it for so many years now, and July is really the beginning of the feminine cycle of the year. And so for me and my path, especially with the Call of the Magdalene, the July is the month where the feminine gets reborn into its new path cycle for that year. The feminine energies within my path, the feminine energies within myself start their year in July. And because we are approaching July, and because we are in a very cosmic and powerful eclipse window at this time, where a lot of energy from the past is clearing, and because this year is all about birth and rebirthing into new paths and new ways, I felt really called to gather in circle with you, my sisters, and offer some healing for rebirthing to prepare us for rebirthing into the new feminine cycle that is July. And in this webinar, we're going to be working with the energy of Mary Magdalena as a goddess, and the energy of rose medicine, which is one of Magdalena's medicines, and the energy of alchemy, which I will explain a little bit more about shortly. And I have found Mary Magdalena as a goddess, as a archetype, as a guide, to be deeply significant to my own healing journey. Because Mary Magdalene's story is our collective feminine story. Mary Magdalena is, in my opinion, the aspect of the divine feminine that represents our collective journey, because Mary Magdalena was the feminine of Christ. She was the feminine Christ consciousness on an energetic level, and she was the girlfriend of Jesus and an alchemist and teacher in her own right. And over the Piscean age, she got really persecuted. The story of Mary Magdalena got really corrupted and persecuted, and she went from being this feminine equal to the masculine to being persecuted for being a prostitute, being completely wiped out from the records, being suppressed. And only recently did the church re-recognize her as an apostle. And it doesn't really matter what your whether you're ignored and vanished and banished and accused. Such an important archetypal goddess energy for women to connect to and work with and find the parts of her story that they share and play out. And also we have, at this time, we are really calling in and calling back some of the ancient sacral powers which the Magdalena archetype is so connected to. I'm sorry that some of you are having technical problems. My advice is that you refresh, and if you refresh, the technical problems should be okay. Technical problems are usually a sign that this webinar or healing is going to be transformational and empowering. And so work with, often before transformation there is resistance. And so if you're having technical problems, trust that it's simply resistance that is launching you into whatever this process is going to give you. Like I was saying at this time, this new path cycle that 2020 has birthed for all of us, the new 7-8 year cycle of our path, according to my guides, is very much a path of tantra, of becoming embodied and working with those deep sacral powers such as magnetism and tantra and womb wisdom and the lost gifts of the feminine, that through the kind of collective suppression of the feminine we have forgotten or disengaged with or disconnected from. And so Magdalena is also important in that sense, because the Magdalena archetype is the archetype that connects to path and sexuality and sensuality and sexual empowerment. And so at this time of collective tantric awakening and feminine rising and karmic repair of our life force, which is our sexual energy, she really holds an awful lot of keys to unlocking these powers and wisdoms and understandings of the self. And generally, my experience with goddess work is that you have to, or archetype of feminine work is that you have to really experience it for yourself. Feminine work is in the dark, it's in the womb energy, it's intimate. and intimacy is into me, I see. And so this webinar healing will be personal for each of you, and it will be different for each of you, and I invite that to be the case, so that it's really about you and the feminine and the medicine and the energies. And we are going to begin with a meditation to bring us into circle and to prepare us for the healing. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the medicines that we will be working with. And then we will go on a journey together. And so when you're ready, closing your eyes and feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Healing a column of light from the center of the universe pouring down into your energy field, instantly raising your vibration as this light travels down through you into the heart of Great Mother Gaia. And as this light bounces off the heart of Great Mother Gaia and travels back up through you into the heart of Source, feel yourself held in a two-way flow of love and light. And in this two-way flow of love and light, feel your aura, the dance of colors and patterns that are unique to you, stretching out in all directions around you. And as your aura expands to the size that it wants to be and is sealed now from top to bottom in white and golden light. Know that only love and light can enter in to your energy and a foot away from the edge of your aura. Feel the rose gold and bronze flames wrapping around your aura so that any energy released from any direction in this healing can be instantly transmuted into love and light and sent wherever it is in the highest good for it to go. As you feel your heart opening to Great Mother Gaia, to Mother Earth, and feel a grounding cord from your belly going down through all the different layers of the earth, down into the iron core crystal in the center of the earth, feeling the iron in your blood, vibrating with the iron at the heart of the Great Mother. And just allow yourself to be vibrated into alignment for all that you are meant to release, receive, and become from this healing that is happening in perfect time and is perfect for your soul's evolution. As you feel your chakra system opening now, so that light flows to, through, and from you. And you feel the male, female unity and stillness parts of your heart melting together, bringing you into the experience of the one heart. Feel your heart beating, with the heartbeat of the earth, beating with the heartbeat of source, beating with all hearts on earth and all hearts in spirit. As you open your heart now to the sisters you are sharing with, wherever are we, and feel all of these hearts opening to you. And as all of these hearts open to you, feel supported by the sisterhood that has gathered together. Give yourself permission to be held in this rising feminine energy, to be witnessed in the mystic rose, awakening. As you feel Mary Magdalena's rose golden light cascading around you now, become aware of all of the parts of you that share her transcendent story, and invite them into this circle and into this space. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Opening your heart and asking, why am I here? And letting your heart answer you. In words, in pictures, feeling, in sensation, in knowing. And when you are ready, opening your eyes and coming into the room. And just sharing in the chat box about how you're feeling after that opening meditation. Sharing your intention, which is the answer that came to your heart. So I'm feeling very soft and soothed and gentle and grateful. And the guidance that came to my heart was that this healing is about reclaiming the feminine power of longing, which the guides are going to give a message about. Beautiful to shine, here to shine as love, how beautiful. It's a wonderful intention, Helena. And great that you're feeling calm and peaceful and balanced. And amazing to empower your changes, Amy. And I agree, there's a deep emotionality to the energy of this particular webinar. And great that you're peaceful and relaxed. And if it's hard to focus, I invite you to bring your energy out of your head and just allow it to trickle down into your belly. And how beautiful about the self-love that you guys are calling in. And so what we are going to do is do some rose alchemy, where Mary Magdalena is going to activate some sacred geometry. It is a temple recycling, healing energy that allows the old stories and blocks from the past to be recycled out of the system. And so that space can be created. And when we create space, as women, we become magnetic. And then we can call in the potential and powers that we have suppressed or lost from our bodies into that magnetic space. And these will be the seeds that birth within you in this new feminine cycle. And alchemy, temple alchemy, is quite a physical process. Mary Magdalena is an alchemist, and so she does work with alchemy in quite a gentle way. And the temple alchemy can be quite a physical process. So you may have either ears popping or yawning or a sense of nausea. And what it's designed to do is bring up that which is blocking, in this case, your feminine power. And so as it comes up, what you need to do is just expand it. And when you expand, when we expand, we let go. And so you want to expand through it and let it go. And this particular alchemy is alchemy that is infused with frequencies of the medicine of the rose. And so really the real key to working with this energy is to soften, and be very, very gentle and spacious and not necessarily push, but instead soften through all that you are releasing. And the rose is one of the medicines of the heart and the sacral and love. She teaches us to be more sensual with our lives. And as we are more sensual with our lives, more of our energy is embodied. And so we live with more vitality and truth. And we will see where Mary Magdalena wants to take us today. But the energy is already very, very powerful. Use your imagination for this healing, because your imagination is how you connect. It's how you connect to life, to each other, to yourself, to spirit. And also use your senses, because your senses are how you embody. And when you embody, you become, whatever you embody becomes unconditional. So it doesn't become reactive or only happen or exist within you when things are going well or when things are not going well. It's not reactive. It's just unconditional. It's just part of you. And like I said, the message that I got in the opening meditation is that this particular healing collectively is about embodying the lost sacred feminine power of longing. And I don't know about you, but I've often perceived longing as a weakness, when actually it is the feminine power of longing that calls souls into the womb and calls creation into formation. It is the energy of longing that brings dreams into matter. And something like I've already said about longing is that the misuse of longing is attachment. When we attach to a condition, then we are misusing our sacred feminine power of longing, which is meant to be just opening up and receiving and longing for whatever is in the highest good. And so it might be that in the healing today, we clear a lot of attachment energy in our sexuality, in our life force, in our feminine centers. And we will see what the guides have to say about this. And so, when you are ready, closing your eyes, dear priestesses of Gaia, beloved ones, I speak to you now and say that your longing, when used consciously, is a force of creation. Your longing is the path of your sensuality and sexuality and sacral energy that can travel through time and space. That knows no dimensions or limitation. By reclaiming this gift of the feminine as a power, you will see that you are able to more easily receive the miracles that are needed at this time of ascension, because your longing knows no limitation. And when it is not attached, and when it is used as a force of feminine wisdom, it is a generator of light into matter, of wish into miracle realization. And allowing this message to be spoken to the part of you that needs to reclaim this power of longing. Open up to Mary Magdalena, rose golden light. And surrender to her energy. Feeling yourself heart to heart with her as she whispers, your intention back to you and activates the sacred mystic rose alchemy in your sacral centers and auric fields. And as she does, hear the priest, priestess, and priestess of the Lemuria Aquaria lineage singing initiation songs to you as into this sacred geometry activation of frequency of the rose medicine streams into you, into your emotionality, helping you to release gently and softly as you feel your womb and sacral center in the vibration of the grandmother rose, the end of this year's feminine cycle. And notice what wisdom this grandmother state of your own feminine energy is streaming into you. What wisdom has matured over your cycle since July 2019. What is coming into maturity from this year's journey? And as Mary Magdalena calls this wisdom up through you, feel a golden portal opening in front of you. And you are guided in your heart to walk through this portal into no time, no space, where you honor the longing that is here. And as you honor the longing, in all of the universe, you are carried through the second part of the portal, into a sacred ceremonial red tent space. And you notice this temple space, noticing the incense that is burning, the sacred music that is playing. The sisters that have gathered in ceremony to share this healing with you, sitting in meditation and prayer. And at the altar is a statue of Mary Magdalene. And as you kneel at the statue and place your intention, in her hands, and then join the women in ceremony. And you see in front of you is a golden cup filled with mystic rose medicine, and you drink this medicine. And as you drink it, you feel your whole being vibrating with the frequency of rose. And you sense that old cycle of last year beginning to fade. And you open up to what the mystery holds in this new cycle of your feminine evolution. Mary Magdalene sings to your softness. And as she sings, you feel the sacred rose geometry spinning. And you notice what is releasing out of your feminine sensuality, the stories that you are carrying in your sexual energy that no longer serve you. The emotions that are weighing down your life force. And as you see Mary Magdalena, appear in your mind's eye, smiling in to the depths of you. Open up and ask what part of the Magdalena story is blocking me, is blocking my power of longing. And just notice what comes up. It might be a particular persecution, historical, or from this lifetime. It might just be feelings or numbness. Or distraction. But trust that whatever is coming up because it is the right thing to be releasing in this moment. And notice the sisters that sit with you, releasing in their own way. The blocks to longing. And feel the rose frequency helping you to soften into all that is being released by this rose golden alchemy. And some of you may have emotion come up. Let the rose frequency assist in that emotional release. Collectively, there is quite a lot of shame, clearing. So just expanding through that. It's Mary Magdalena. Whispers alchemical invocation to you. Notice what is being released. of your sensuality, which collectively is a lot of numbers. To know that the power of longing is also the power of longing for yourself. Which is the most intimate reason to walk your path and discover your destiny. And as these archetypal reason for the suppression of your power spin out of you. Like this. What attachments are also releasing. Attachments to past people, your old lovers, attachments to future conditioned. And as all of this attachment energy releases, and you feel Mary Magdalena inviting you to expand and soften and let go. The alchemy is a feminine cyclical medicine. And as it spins through you, it creates the seeds of spring, a new beginning in your feminine cycle of the year. And as you open and expand, and more of that which no longer serves or belongs to your feminine energy releases. And the rose, medicine softens you into this exhale of all that no longer serves, of all of these attachments that pull your energy out of your power center and out of your sacred bodies. And as the alchemical geometry begins to explode into fireworks of light and prana across your aura, across your sexual life force energy, and in your sacral center. And some temple language comes in now to assist with this healing. Just allow yourself to receive it. Irokore tai amareka, itreonotrayaka, imotrayana, tare more kayana mare, imore tare kai ore tai anotre ampareka, imore tai antre kayonotreya, imore kai tare tore atare kama tare. Imotreyaka atre umpreyaka tai. Imoretai akrinotor etreanotre kanata etreanota ate. Ikaretai onotre apre imaretai. That's the last of the alchemical geometry dissolves, fades, or explodes. Notice the spaciousness that has been created in the deep feminine center of your belly. And feel the rose. Medicine as light, sound, frequency, filling this space. And there's Mary Magdalena. Spins a golden rose. The mystic rose. A sacred geometry. In your wombs and belly centers. Feel the lost sacred feminine power of longing, the crowned feminine power of longing returning to you. Flooding you. Flooding into this magnetic space that the alchemy has created, feeling yourself in this temple ceremonial circle. With your sisters reclaiming this power that brings dreams into formation, this power that creates miracles. Feel yourself reclaiming, and with the assistance of the rose, softening into this power. Experiencing it through your senses. Experiencing it in your heart. Feeling Goddess Mary Magdalene gifting you the High Priestess, longing right. As you feel yourself in ceremonial oneness with your sisters now, longing together, using this power to call the new age, the new dawn, the new world into matter, the collective feminine. Being crowned by the crowned feminine that you as sisters connect to and call into your bodies and your being and your vibrations now. And opening up your hearts to Mary Magdalena, and asking her my intention for this healing. What do I need to long for to bring it into form, to bring it into me? And just letting her answer you. Feeling your energy soft with the rose medicine. Longing for whatever word she has gifted you as an answer. And feeling the vibration of that word Respond to your magnetic, ancient, unsuppressed, wild feminine call. And arriving in you in the winter of this feminine cycle space is the golden seed of the new feminine rose cycle that begins in July. And as this seed arrives, breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, feeling the rose energy streaming through you. As the priestesses of the temple give you sacred flower water blessing. You notice how you feel, what has changed, what has become, what has awoken. And you leave this sacred red tent temple space, returning through the golden portal into no time, no space, and in no time, no space, you expand and you soften. You feel yourself spiraling through the golden portal back into your body now. And as you arrive back in your body, notice how you feel. Notice what has changed. What has risen. What has awoken and what has become. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Feeling Mary Magdalena's rose golden energy, holding you in stillness. And the rose medicine holding you in softness. And you listen to yourself. To the into me I see. About what you need to know. In the preparation days that lead towards the new feminine cycle. And when you are ready, feeling a pink integration light from our chorus streaming into you. When you are ready, opening your eyes and coming into the room. And just sharing about how you are feeling and what you experienced. So for me, I'm using the chat box to share. And I'm going to ask all of you to stay until the end of this webinar. It is important that we integrate and close properly after a healing like this. And so for me, the healing was very powerful. I really felt like a lot of old attachment and emotion cleared. And a real pattern that has been blocking my life around worry, which actually started clearing this morning in a different healing. But this felt like the perfect completion. And I'm noticing how thirsty my being is for the deep feminine, and how right it is for me to be working with these powers at this time for myself. And I'm feeling very soft and blissful. And amazing about the 2112 at the time we finished. And completedness, beautiful. And yeah, I loved the sister circle. I thought you were also powerful and strong in that circle. And yeah, I really felt like the collective feminine was calling in these new energies. And amazing about the the tantric connection, the orgasmic connection is so something that Mary Magdalene is so good at activating. And yeah, my hands were hot too, and I'm glad you're feeling light now. And I would like to hear from you as well about what you think about this, reclaiming the energy of longing. I'm glad you released so much, and I know it's really hard to leave sister circles because we need it so much at this time. Oh, I love you too. And yeah, Mary Magdalene is so friendly and loving. I would also like to know what you think of this reclaiming longing, because I kind of understood it as a concept, but actually in this healing was the first time I really was like, oh, I get it. Get why this energy is so important in this time, you know, where we're essentially dreaming a new world. We need those really primal feminine powers in us, not just as concepts, but within us, you know. And yeah, softly reframing the desire. I'm loving your wisdom that's coming through. And yeah, thirsty, I think that's like longing for life, and a real sign that healing has happened on your life force energy. I'm going to pull a card for us. So, the card is Stillness, which is one of the most amazing feminine powers. That again, this year, I'm only just, in spite of doing so many years of work with the Divine Feminine and different goddesses, this year was the first time I really, truly delved into stillness. And of course, stillness is so profound in the collective consciousness right now. But stillness is how we activate or receive our potential. And so I invite you to be in stillness after this webinar if you can. I will read the stillness card to you, and we need to close. But there's two really amazing things that Starlight is doing in July. And like I said, I really know after years that July is the most amazing time to do feminine work. July and the International Women's Day tend to be my big feminine time. But July is particularly special because the feminine cycle of the self is being reborn. And the Call of the Magdalene course we run every year, and it's a course to unveil your divine path. It's only 8 days, and it's a ceremonial journey. And honestly, every single year, by the time I do the course and I do it with the group, and it's only when I get round to the end of the year that I really see how much that course birthed my path every time. And everything I worked on the year before, it happened, and it didn't happen in the way I expected, but it happened. And so I feel like I would do Call of the Magdalene for the rest of my life every July because it's so powerful and so good at aligning you with more of your path and truth, and it's such a gentle, beautiful path activation and healing journey and welcoming of the feminine. And so if you would like to find out more about that, I really feel that, my guides have been talking a lot about this time being the return of the crowned feminine. And so it's really important that women are reclaiming their ceremonies and their Magdalena and their Tantra and their alchemy and their power. And I feel like this course is a really beautiful, very sacred journey where you're held in the energy of Mary Magdalene, and she helps you rebirth in a very beautiful feminine way. And so if you want to find out more about that, just click the Find Out More link and it will open up in another tab. And then the other thing we are running is a Wild Rose temple medicine journey, which is going to be done online, and we're going to drink, we're going to forage or buy roses, each person depending on where you are, and drink in ceremonial circle online the medicine of the rose. You're taught how to prepare it, and there's channeled singing recordings from beautiful Erica, space holder I work with. And this one is not women only, it is all men, women, and unity ones. And it is about learning to become soft, which I feel in this time of kind of breaking out of the collective cocoon we've been in, softness and the power of softness and self-love is going to be really important in the coming months. And so that's actually before the Call of the Magdalene, that starts on the 8th of July, and it's also an 8-day journey. And I feel like it's also a softening through the death of that feminine cycle ending, which this year is so big because we've had the Venus cycle shift over. We're at the start of a new collective past cycle, and so it's a really powerful time of death and letting go before we go into that new feminine cycle, especially with just, with the eclipse having just happened. And so it's about softly letting go and also discovering more of our self-love with the medicine of self-love. And so you can click the link and find out more about that one. And I will put the Call of the Magdalene one back up as well. 2121, the alignment's just crazy. Amazing about the alchemy, Mary Magdalene. One thing I love about the Call of the Magdalene is the synchronicity is just so beautiful, and there is always such incredible synergy and synchronicity, because one of the powers of the feminine is divine timing. I'm so pleased that it helped you in 2018, and Helena, and that I remember you and that course, and it was so powerful that year. It's powerful every year, and thank you for saying that. And I agree, it is an awakening for something so simple and sure. It always blows my mind at how much gets done and how much of awakening and path activation and self-love journey it is. And so I will put up Call of the Magdalene again, because July is really all about that feminine new cycle birthing. And when you're ready, closing your eyes and feeling this pink integration light from Arcturus leaving as the priest, priestess, and priesty of the Lemuria Aquaria lineage. Seeing integration tones through you, and you feel the violet flame coming through you, transmuting all energy that does not serve or belong into love and light. As Mary Magdalena blesses you and lifts that energy out of yours, notice the expansion as the rose blesses you and leaves you soft. And you feel a golden rain shower of light taking any energy that's going to go to Gaia as an offering to the Great Mother. And as this energy is offered to the Great Mother, feel the two-way flow of her offering you more life and aliveness. And a big beam of source light comes in, taking any energy that is going to go somewhere else as an offering to the stars. And feel the two-way flow of the stars filling you with inspiration as you send your love and gratitude to Mary Magdalena, to the feminine, the masculine, the unity and the stillness, to all of matter, mystery, love and light, to all of yourself, to the priest, priestess and priesty of the Lemuria Aquarian lineage, to the medicine of the rose, to the Magdalena temple and the incredible, amazing sisters you have shared this journey with, to the cycle that is completing and the cycle that is birthing, to the sacred power of longing, to the goddesses and the divine feminine rising to meet the crowned feminine that is birthing. And noticing who you are and how you are. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, connecting to your grounding core so that you ground in to all that has shifted and healed and cleared. And I am going to close by reading the stillness message to you all. Step back from a project, situation, or relationship, even if for just a few moments. Mend bridges, slow down, breathe, be still, go within. Listen to your inner voice. Take time to connect with your spirit, guides, ancestors, and spiritual guardians. Listen to your higher self. Timing is everything. This is not a good time to start a new cycle. Wait, incubate, fix things that need fixing, heal things that need healing, think things through, forgive yourself and others. If things seem barren or even bleak, hold on, just as the migrating bird finds new life in the tundra masses of the summer. You too will expand once again during the coming thaw in your life. And I think that's so profound because this, it's less than a month until the new cycle, the 22nd of July. And that's the time to really start and flourish and grow. And, this is the time to be wrapping up this old cycle, to be still. So you're calling in potential to be completing and healing and journaling. And so I really invite you to take whatever parts of that wisdom speak to you. And I send you all so much love and so much gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being in circle with me and being part of this very, very special healing. And I hope to be in circle with you amazing women again very soon. So much love.